nuts. And I know we live in a Twitter world, and I get in a lot of Twitter battles, though I don't make it personal. I just tend to defend players because I hate the way people talk about professional athletes. Like, they just throw away all this work that these people put in. But they are kids, right? Like, that's how I see them. Like, I see even like Nolan Patrick, right, with the injuries that he's gone through. All of these kids, they're kids to me. Like, I'm only 34, right? I'm about to turn 34. They're kids to me. So I see them persevering, and I see, when I see them fluctuate, is that normal for you when you see players kind of struggle in the NHL, or, kind of go up and down? Do you take it as like, oh yeah, he'll work his way through it? Is that kind of your attitude?
Yeah, and you couldn't have picked a better example. Nolan Patrick, I love him. Like, we hit it off right away when he got here, and you're right, he's a kid, and I don't know, he gets a lot of shit.
I don't. Drives me nuts.
And I'm just like, my buddies and stuff, like, we talk about it, like you're saying, and I do defend the players a lot of time because I was fortunate enough to be in there, and I know what's going on. And, a lot of media act like they know what's going on.
Absolutely.
And they don't have a clue.
I can tell
what is going on in the room. Mm-hmm. But Patty, I don't know, like you probably know, he comes in, he had been hurt for a year. So he's starting the season off. This guy hadn't even played. And he had a slow start. And then it was funny. He started getting healthy around January, and all of a sudden, because I was just like, well, he's got sick hands no matter what. It's like Savard in Boston said one night, me and Chief were talking to him because he was really good buddies with He actually played with Craig Berube in Calgary. And Chief said, like giving him, he looked a little hefty, like he was saying, he's a little out of shape, need to get on that soup diet again. He goes, boys, I could stick handle in a wheelchair out there because his hands are so good. I thought it was one of the funniest things. But Patty's got hands like you can't even believe. But he started skating because he got healthy, and people didn't know that he had these surgeries because they're not going to announce it.
Right.
So he played hurt half the year. Then he picked it up. He had a good second half. Mm-hmm. I mean, no, he didn't score a goal a game, but he's, like you said, he's 19-year-old kid playing with men in the National Hockey 30 League.
Points.
And so the next year he gets hurt. And I'm not a medical guy. I can't say too much about that. I don't want to get into all that. But, like, he was having issues, and I felt so bad for him. And then, obviously, the next year, which is a big year for these guys, their third year, because that's when they're going to get their next contract. Mm-hmm. He couldn't even play, And so this year, I've been reading things, get rid of him. Like,
unbelievable,
his
right?
ice time wasn't. And, I know you have to earn your ice time at anywhere you play, but this year was so screwed up, which I don't have to say, like with everything, with the team, just wasn't their year. But people are shitting on this kid. I'm just telling you, this kid he's good, man. Like
he's very good.
Be a very good player.
Yeah.
He can't play fourth line, man. Like, you can't expect he's a skilled guy. Like, he can't play fourth line. And if he does, he's not going to put up 25 goals.
Yeah. The way I kind of took it is the same thing with Lindblom. I felt that they were sheltering him, and that's not normal. And I heard people, why isn't he sent to the AHL? In my mind, because he's probably too good to be playing in the AHL. And the reality is what I saw is they dropped his minutes. I see his confidence actually take a hit, quite frankly. And I see him flubbing pucks that I know he can handle, right? Flubbing shots, I know he can do it. Now, I talk about this all the time. I actually wrote an article about positivity. I never received so much negativity in my life. And I kind of expected it. But and that's why the players can feel this, right? Yeah. And that's where I'm like, that's why I was asking you earlier is, how do you kind of offset that? Because somebody like Patty, like, he is getting so much negativity, unjustified. I mean, you're talking about 2 injuries and then missing an entire season, yet he's still in the NHL.
Yeah.
I bring it up to people. Majority of 19-year-old kids would have never been able to even touch the NHL ice, and he was still able to do it. Like, if you were I don't want to say, like, what would you say to Patty, but, like, do you see that stuff and go, like, I kind of wish I was there to kind of give him more, like, maybe you even are there to some degree.
Yeah. Like, I still talk to him and stuff, but not like I would be able to, not like I normally would, because, every day he's sitting in my office, Like that's one of the biggest things I miss. But I do talk to him quite a bit, and he has confidence, but like you said, when your minutes are cut and you're getting scratched, and you don't really know where you stand, and and like we said, it was a crazy year. I don't even.
It was insane.
I'm not a coach or a GM, but this kid is. I had dinner with Ghost, Shane Gostisbehere the other day, and we were talking about Patty. He's like, dude, this guy. People don't understand how sick of a player he is.
He's ridiculously talented.
He really is, and I just hope now this year. Like, I know he came to camp, he was in good shape, but he's going to have a real summer to train, and I just hope he shoves it up everyone's ass, man.
That's exactly how I say.
And because he's healthy, knock wood, he's healthy. I know he's healthy. Have a really good summer to train, and just I can't wait to. I'm really thinking he's going to have a breakout year and be the player that people, I mean, Christ, imagine being 14 and you've been told you're the best player in the basically in the world at 14, from 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 years old. Now he was hurt, and I don't know if that had something to do with the Devils taking Nico. Nico's a good player too. I mean, he's not scoring 40 goals a year.
No.
And you don't hear people going crazy about that. But anyway, I hope Patty comes back, and I think he will.
I think so too.
I think he wants to. I think he wants to show who he is and what he is.
Yeah, and I think you brought up Shane there, Ghost, and I think that's really important. Actually, he's another guy. I defended him for the past 3 years. Everybody wants to throw these guys away. That's why this podcast exists, because I never gave up. I joked around on my last videos. I'm like, this isn't Space Jam. It's not like somebody came and just took the talent out of these guys' body.
Right. Yeah.
Right. This is the reality. Like, I train, I run every day, I work out every day. There's a physical toll that your body, there's no way Patrick was going to get into game shape for this season. There's just no way. And you add the fact, like, look at other players, like even somebody like Travis Sanheim, who's an immensely good skater, like fantastic skater. I watched him fall randomly several times. That is a kid, in my opinion, that lives and dies by confidence. Right. That's another one. And a lot of these guys are kids. And I think, and let's go back to your dad a little bit. And like, this is why I think your dad was doing what he was doing, right? He was knocking you down a peg, right? Because when life does, you're already ready for it. You've already heard the criticism every single day, right? And when you get to the NHL, and I'm guessing because I don't play in the NHL, right? But most people have a job, their boss says something to them one day, they're thrown off for an entire day. Imagine you have a stadium full of 20,000 people.